Hello, everybody. Collective messages. There's a lot of beauty available to us in this world if we choose to see it as such. It requires us to really look deep within and to find out where that beauty is, where it lies, and where it belongs to. In fact, it doesn't have to belong to anywhere. It can just be a transmission of hope and a feeling, a sense of belonging, to our form and to who we are in our unique expression. I'm finding it becoming more and more apparent how important it is to just be light. To just be light. Which means we don't have to give it an archetype. We don't have to give it a characterization. We don't have to give it a role. We can just belong to the strength of our essence. And the strength of that essence is whatever you choose to see it as. Whether it's light, whether it's God, whether it's a fairy or an elemental. It's a monumental occasion when you land back with who you are as just reverberation through the form. It's just energy. It's just light. It's just pure awareness. When you're pure awareness, there's nothing you have to do and nothing you have to hide from. It's just a continual observation of our reality and a continual observation of our internal condition and how that reflects outward into society and how we engage with one another as essence, right? We could call this the spark, or we could call this God light, and what it is to belong to God light, which is you, the essence of you, within you. A beautiful, warm hug of transformation. So as we dive into this feeling of what it is to be transformation, we're gifted an opportunity to become one with ourselves. It's the sacred marriage of the divine from within you. This sacred marriage is just you meeting you, belonging to you, the divine, the holy in form. The holy representing wholeness, oneness, a perspective, a glance at the eternal. And as we deepen this into the caves of creation, right, we also deepen our connection to who we are, with our own womb, with our own balance, with our own confidence, with our own clarity, with our own truth, right? How this translates, how the eternal translates through you and within you is entirely up to you, because you're a complete person that is completing a process that's allowing everything else to just kind of be what it is, allowing the mind to fall away, allowing the heart to open wider and to expand further into who you are. This is what it is to be light, to be a bringer of light. So to be a bringer of the light is the anchoring of the light. To be the bearer of the light is to be the light. So as we are the bearer of light, how does this translate through us today? Now we're looking at soul expression. The expression of you in your unique signature consciousness. So how do we share this consciousness? How do we share this love? How do we share this holy union? How do you share you? And how do you choose to share you? These questions are for the logical mind, because the essence already knows. It's an easy translation. We just have to allow it to occur. It's always dancing, singing, swaying with the form within us. It pulses. It's got a rhythm. It's got a stillness. We've got to want to belong to this, to fully unify with this in this now moment. It's a desire to experience you as the eternal. Within that space, there's gifts, there's treasures. It's the unique you. And the unique you has something to say. Sometimes it doesn't need to say anything at all. It's just belonging. And there's a really beautiful translation through you if you just allow it to appear as such. But sometimes we get in the way. We allow external things to get in the way. We allow ourselves, our internal condition, to create responses to that place inside. One that might be restrictive, one that provides feeling space, one that provides peace, clarity, calm. Whatever it is that you can imagine within is what it'll provide for you. This is creation. Creation, belonging to creation, as creation, within creation, sharing creation. So as there's variable bandwidths of choice that we can access within this place, we can deepen into the eternal now, the effervescent knowing, and gift ourselves an opportunity to expand in that without reason, without doubt, without lack, without shame. We can just be that. Now, there are characteristics of the human condition that provide us polarity and an opportunity to discover neutrality from within. So the way I act, the way I behave, the way I share, the way I show up, the way I react is going to create an opportunity to discover and witness polarity within and to provide the medicine of polarity to another. It's up to us on how we observe this from the place of neutral point of witness, right? So as we are observing our reality, our consciousness, as it expands and flows through the form, we're also able to take a moment to step back and to realize that right now is our opportunity to shine. We shine through the escape, right? We shine through the knowing. We shine through the fear. We shine through the loss. We shine through the heartache. And we open up further than we can have ever imagined. When we encounter polarity, especially that exists within density, we're going to look at very lower density matter. It takes a lot for us to be able to expand and open up beyond those spaces of feelings. Right? So if we look at restriction, things like fear, things like trauma, it's that cellular memory of, no, this isn't safe, or no, I'm not allowed to, or no, this isn't right. That's the body translating a feeling. That gives us a scope, it gives us a lens, an opportunity to go, oh, right now, I'm feeling something. And as a result, I can imagine myself into a space of feeling something new through this. I can allow it to open me up. I can allow it to transform me. I can allow it to bring balance. I can allow it to change my life. I can breathe in transformation. I can accept this. And as a result, I can apologize to myself for giving in to the resistance, for believing the resistance, because it's residing within a belief system, and the choice to believe the resistance is what reenacts and recreates the belief system. And so as I feel into this space and I go, oh, I must be at peace, and forgive this feeling, forgive the womb, forgive the heart, forgive the soul, forgive one another, we're now gifted an opportunity to shine through that belief system or that limitation. So it's about taking what we're feeling and gifting ourselves an opportunity to feel fully and then expand beyond it, which is recognizing that, yeah, it is a belief system. Yeah, it is a knowing. It is a thing within me. But this space of feeling, and as it translates through me, is temporary. It's not permanent. It gives us an opportunity to fixate to nothing and to fix nothing. It's just allowing. It's a place of allowing. And so that internal resistance to the internal condition is gifting us an opportunity to say no more to that condition, whatever it might be. Whether this is reflected outward in the reality, and it's an external reflection or projection that you're letting go of, or it's something internally that you recognize no longer serves, and you breathe into that space and let it fall away. And this is the newness that we're all experiencing. It's really subtle and delicate. It's a place of vulnerability. And sometimes when we feel these things, we might not want to face people. We might not even want to face ourselves, right? We have to look at where we're lacking self-esteem, where we're lacking feeling safe, where we're lacking belonging to consciousness again, especially in the state of the world. And as we're rising up through our freedom and rising up through the freedom of expression, the temporal that holds the eternal begins to shift and translate new and transform as well. So this means our bodies appear differently. There's an amplification of certain systems, certain beliefs, certain internal structures. This is where we start to deal with the body and how now the body is acclimating to the new environment of the essence, of the signature, of the soul, of the frequency. And as this emits new and casts out the old, we're gifted an opportunity to reside with faith from within. Faith that everything we need is held within. Faith that the form will go through its process exactly as it's supposed to. And as long as I align, center, and balance to the eternal safety within, I can expand beyond that and begin to thrive. Because even a sense of safety can produce a feeling of lack of safety within the form. Safety, security. If we look at wholeness from a wellness perspective, whole soul and body, this is the eternal merging within you, with you, as you, sharing with you an opportunity to feel connected. A lot of us landed in this density with a sense of disconnection. And as a result, this whole journey is about reconnecting to us, the eternal us, reconnecting to God's source, reconnecting to the eternal. And the eternal itself shares itself in different ways. It's constantly reverberating consciousness to us. It's accelerating our life cycles. It's accelerating our experiences. It's gifting us an opportunity to meet it in so many different ways. So we, as ourselves, can remember what it is to belong to Source. So this Source, right, is what gravitates us to experience feeling, to experience knowing, to experience this shift, and to arrive at a new space. So as we transcend the limitations of ourself and we discover what it is to be in this new conception, this new belief, this new invitation, we now invite ourselves into a place of grounding into the form. Right? So it's bringing all of us in to the body and sharing your soul self with the world. This is you, as you, belonging to you, sharing with you, and shifting within you. So as we go through these shifts, right, we can say hello again to the eternal us. We can laugh, dance, play with this version of ourselves. We can be at peace with it. We can just sit with it. We can belong to it. We can be happy within it. We can feel sad within it. We can feel chaotic within it. We can feel mistrust. Because it will always hold you closer than anyone else can. Because it knows you better than you know you at times. And this is why it's important for us to befriend our consciousness. And all of our consciousness, which is to befriend the mind, to befriend the vehicle, to befriend the heart, to befriend the organs, the tissues, the membrane, the cells, the blood, the bones, the teeth, the hair, the follicles, the pores. All of you belongs to all of you. And so within the realms of animism, which is just consciously always connecting to consciousness all around us, we recognize that there's wave formations that are produced within everything, because everything is energy, everything is light, right? This consciousness is going to show us our belief systems. And it's up to us whether or not we want to consciously shift out of those belief systems or whether we want to keep embodying them, because this is our truth. Sometimes it feels like we stand alone in this truth. Sometimes it feels like we belong to other people within this truth. Either way, this space of connection and separation is a part of the journey, expansion and collapse, balancing polarity. We're here coming into union with ourselves within wholeness. Wholeness and holy doesn't mean holier than thou. There's no hierarchical order within this. It's a unification. It's a promise. It's an agreement that you will find who you are and you will discover who you are. And you will also discover who others are and how they serve in your life path. Whether it's finding your self-worth, finding your self-value, troubleshooting different belief systems, remembering that you are loved, finding trust or feeling disgusted, right? Every person gives us an experience to evolve. And as long as we recognize that evolutionary cycles are here, we come into a state of knowing from within us that we are diamonds, that we are light, that we are soul, that we are trees, we are plants, we are Gaia, we are sky, we are father, mother, we are child, we are free of the archetypes, and we are soul. And the more that we get acquainted with what our soul is and what that light means to us and how it translates, whether it's through archetypal functioning, whether it's through multidimensionality, whether it's through interdimensionality, or whether it's just pure essence and signature, the frequency you emit belongs to you. And it's time for us to stand up and to say, I'm the one that faces my own value systems, and I have the power to choose how I believe in that today. So then the question point is, what do I value the most? Many might perceive value belonging to finance, money, greed. Value is what is worth it to you to be a part of your experience. Friendship, love, abundance, heart, truth, clarity, purity, balance, sickness, health, wealth. What's your value? That's the question point. What is your value? And do you need a value then? Can you allow yourself to just be with the eternal flow and allow it to take you wherever it needs to take you? This is the true abundant nature of our realities. Is the exorbitant amount of light that we have access to, that we can anchor and embody fully and share with the world. So as we close this eternal now moment, we're also gifting ourselves an opportunity right now to open up to a new eternal now moment. So as we close this share, I invite you to begin responding to your reality from the space of trust and from the space of truth, and recognizing that as you are integrating and balancing the light, the frequency, the hues, the tones, the bandwidth that are anchoring, that it's important for us to remember that as we emit consciousness, we are always interacting with consciousness. So whether that's a person, a neighbor, a friend, a relative, a plant, or an animal, it's up to us on how we observe this consciousness and what we allow within our alignments. Keep taking your power back. Keep trusting the process. Keep trusting the union. Keep trusting the oversoul, the higher self, the interdimensional version, whatever it is you want to call it, because you have the ability to believe in whatever it is you need to believe to transcend your limitations and to find your inherent value. Okay. I give you an opportunity to open up to a new space of connection within you today. Within the body, within the form, to connect to your essence and to discover what your value system is. I honor you, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. And I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for this day. Aho.